We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them you need. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back. Cheer.
GM and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're answering the very important questions of how high can a meme coin go? So we will take a look at some previous meme coins and how they've done and just absorb some of the craziness in this market right now as well. We've also got a few updates along the way, so make sure to subscribe if you're new. Let's go. So starting with the boomer markets here, yesterday the Nasdaq had a nasty little fall here after previously printing the all-time high in the previous, I think it was day or two sessions. And so a bit of a pullback here. I've checked in with the finance bros over on Twitter and people are saying buy the effing dip. So it looks like in the pre-market here, it dumped to 403.08 yesterday, but pre-market trading at 407, which pretty much recovers it back 24 hours in time. So it lost a few days worth of ground there, but it looks like it's going to go back up. If we just check out some BTC price action here as well, Bitcoin is on the edge here of actually breaking out here. So I think if we do surpass these highs here and we push in towards the high 44s, maybe 45 here, we could get that move into the 48s, which is the next major resistance on the weekly. So super interesting stuff to see here. It looks like it's pumping higher. Nasdaq's already broken out. SPX, the S&P 500, literally at all-time highs as well. So we're kind of seeing a bit of a melt up here in the markets across the board, which seems to be consensus right now. All this while Bitcoin dominance is currently at 53.5%. Generally, as you can see from that structure there, it is in an uptrend. And so I do think obviously select alts have been doing very well, but not everyone has been performing extremely well during these market conditions. It has mainly been new narratives, new coins, and new sectors that have done very well, a lot of which we have discussed here on the channel. And this year has been fantastic, to be honest with you. But if BTC does make its way up to kind of this area here, you know, if you just look at that on a basic TA level, try and fill some of this gap that's been left behind by this massive inefficiency. If Bitcoin makes its way up to this kind of region, 57, 58, 59% maybe in the early part of next year, and then if we get that waterfall like here, like back here in 2017, where Bitcoin's dominance falls off the cliff, the altcoins go bananas during that period, that alt season that would happen from there would be absolutely outrageous in 2024. So a lot to look forward to into the next year, and obviously winding down here in 2023. So this was a post by Ansem on Nia is the chart in question here, but he says, look, I feel like I'm literally screaming this, but we're at the beginning of an altcoin bull market as these things are just breaking their year-long ranges to the upside and starting new uptrends. So you can see that is the major resistance for Nia. This to me looks quite similar to another chart I look at quite a bit, which is A-Star, which is also breaking pretty much a year-long trend to the upside, just teetering on the edge. And these coins, of course, could move quite quickly to those previous resistances that you can see back from the period 2022 or maybe even earlier for some coins. So this kind of echoed here by Pentoshi as well. We haven't seen anything crazy yet, but we have. But he says, of course, there will be major pullbacks along the way. Consensus at the top after things rally 40,000% will be, we're just getting started. So that reminds me of an old Kobe tweet where he says, it's at the top where you feel the most confident and there's the least amount of danger. That is typically when there is the most danger and you should be exiting positions. And he says at the lows, nobody will want to buy this stuff again. And we don't macro top until 7 out of 10 of your normally friends are talking crypto and just quit their job, but will later ask for it back a few weeks afterwards. So again, looking at a total of 3 here on his chart, you can see altcoins just breaking out, poking their head up here, but there is a lot of room to go. So just a reminder, this is a long game that is still ahead of us, even though it has been crazy, primarily in this month specifically. 2024 is going to be a long old year. We need to strap in and think long term for a lot of these bags as well. Have solid core positions, always keep moon bags of coins as well, and maybe focus a little less on the microscopic timeframes and think of the big picture here, because there's a lot to come. So on to the meme coins, and of course WIF, which is just doing absolute bits right now. So I tweeted this morning. WIF is the 9th biggest meme. Where should it sit on this spectacular meme coin list though? Of course we have Doge number 1, Shiba Inu number 2, Bonk now 3rd, amazing, Pepe in 4th, Corgi AI in 5th, what the hell's that? 6th is Floki, 7th is Meme Coin, which is a VC coin, 8th is Baby Doge coin, and 9th there was Dog with Hat. So personally, I do believe that dogwifhat has the best memeability. The memetics behind this are insane. This one absolutely cracked me up earlier with the Squid Games kind of guy. Which does he select? Dog without hat or dog with hat? We all know the answer to that one. And so just checking in on the markets here, it has now slightly repriced a bit higher, now up to position 8th. We've now overtaken Baby Doge there. We've got meme coin in our sights. But in terms of the actual quality of the meme, and the way it's flying around on Twitter, the way people are putting the hat on top of celebrities, the engagement is getting. We're going to go into Bloomberg in just a second. We've had all the major like Solana-based apps add hats to their logos. This really is entrenching the kind of culture of crypto right now, which is crazy. And a lot of these coins that are above it, if we just to rank them like a football table here, Dog with Hat is a much better meme than the majority of these above. So I do think it gets repriced higher on that basis alone, because at the end of the day, these are damn meme coins. But how high can it go as well? Let's just answer these questions potentially. So this one was absolutely stunning to see yesterday. So Bloomberg, and on the Bloomberg terminal, they've started to report on Dog with Hat, which is bloody hilarious. So the mind share is really, really funny. Bloomberg article here, it states so-called altcoins such as Dog with Hat, yes, a dog pictured wearing a hat are the hottest thing since, well, the last time similar speculative tokens surged during the last bull market more than 2 years ago. Many of these tokens are jumping more than 1,000% in a matter of days while still trading at a fraction of a cent. Now, in my mind, this is just going to get people to bid it more, and the more press that it does get, the better. And the picture they used as well was absolutely class. So I think this is starting to get that kind of normie vibe on Dog with Hat right now. So that is unreal. We have Bleaker tweeting this as well. On my timeline, 200 mil market cap. It's not got much more room to run. So that is the kind of comments people are coming out with here. But he says, suggest you go back and look at peak bull run market cap for the top memes. This is dust. So let's just look at two. So in the previous market cycle, we had this one, Doge Elon Mars. Now remember, Elon was pumping Dogecoin like crazy, and this one was just a rip-off, random spin-off of Doge, obviously Doge and Elon together, Doge Elon Mars. I mean, you can't really make this stuff up, but this still has a market cap of 109 mil. But if we just go down here, you can see the actual Pico top for this. It hit $1.25 billion. And in essence, it was a rip-off meme, a bit of a shit meme. People weren't using it that much online. This was just the push of money, all the normies entering the market and just bidding all these meme coins like crazy. So $1.25 billion. Would that make sense maybe for the likes of WIF? Potentially, in my opinion. Then a little bit more brief history here. So Pepe run in the year 2023 as well. So Pepe was a bear market runner. A lot of people would be on the fence and arguing, are we in a bull market as early back as maybe that kind of period in time? Was this one of the sparks for the bull market? Well, either way you cut it, Pepe did some absolutely crazy numbers, pretty much via all on-chain activity. And then that blow off top was the Binance listing, and that kind of 24, 48 hours where Binance listing, coin just continues to pump, does top, and then it comes back down again. So that hit $1.5 billion. So what we're seeing is $1 billion more than doable, maybe up to 1.5 billion more than doable. But this is at a different market stage than Pepe was, which was definitely more bearish than what we're seeing right now. If we just look at Pepe as well on my line chart here, you can see after it did top, and this is the fun stuff about memes. So this still retraced around 75, 76% there, and has subsequently found its way up from the bottom there, almost 100% off the bottom. So even if, for example, say WIF does absolute bits here, reprices itself somewhere up here, maybe towards Pepe or even higher, $1 billion plus, there is likely going to be a period where it sells off and the meme market goes quiet for a period and it'll come down again. But we know that during a bull market, the actual euphoric end of the bull market, things will all start ripping together and we'll see some massive blow off for all of the meme coins. It happens each and every time and each and every cycle. So I think that to say what we'll do, or what I will be doing, is no matter what the price goes to on this run, is keeping the moon bag there for absolute crazy pandemonium, because to be honest with you, this is surpassing expectations for the year 2023 already. So we'll keep the moon bag and we'll trade the rest and see what we can do with that. Obviously take profits along the way. But I think it is paramount of importance to keep for 2024, maybe the end of 2024, into the start of 2025. That's probably when the market is likely to peak. You're going to want to have moon bags of these meme coins because as we've seen, they move the quickest, the hardest, the fastest compared to any other asset that's out there due to the memetics, due to the mindshare, and the fact we're all glued to social media 24/7. Then just a quick word here on Solana, which is breaking out. I think it's at 87, 88 bucks this morning. There's no real resistance till like 140, which is pretty crazy to say. But Sol really is eating up a load of market share here. And it's definitely pulling mindshare from Ethereum, and people are bridging funds from Ethereum into Solana to use it for the first time. And I don't think they're going to be going back, because why pay $40, $50 gas cost when you can actually buy like half a sol for that? You would never use half a sol on all your transactions for like the next 5 years, to be honest with you. It costs sub 1 penny to do a transaction on the chain. Very smooth. You're seeing liquidity increase on chain as well. And what we saw today as well earlier was SPX 6900, the meme coin, also add liquidity to the Solana chain. Now trading on Radium DEX, and it's done 100% gain in that period. So this could be actually a bit of a switch that gets flicked in the market here, and people start to bridge liquidity, not into ETH, but from ETH back to Sol here to get some more life behind their coins. So moving on to some Kuji updates here. So this was Dead Right Dove doing a podcast. I think this was 2 days ago now. I just want to highlight this one because I don't think many people have actually watched it. And there were some real cool nuggets in here. And you actually get to see Dove live on stream talking about Kuji, where they've been, where we're going, and all the things that are coming in 2024. So if you want some alpha, there's no better place to hear it than from the actual, one of the founders' mouths themselves. So do check that out. CryptoTank_ is the address here for the guy who runs this IBC gang show that runs on YouTube. So do check that one out. But this was an interesting conversation yesterday. So Sumo, one of the biggest whales in Kujira, said this: let's move Stargaze Zone, which is the NFT market on Cosmos, to Team Kujira. And he was saying he will actually front some of the funds to do this. So we floated this idea out there saying, look, NFT marketplace, put it on Kuji. But then Dead Right Dove came out and said, we do love the Stargaze crew, but even if we wanted to, this is not going to happen. We have bigger plans than just porting existing stuff over. To be clear, we're cooking something pretty special. So this is pretty obvious that Kujira is going to launch its own NFT market. So that is super, super interesting. As we've seen, NFTs are a great onboarding tool for investors. Then if you check out some of the charts here, we've had a major repricing going on since that tweet for Wink, which is up massively, now at 17 cents. This one is one of the launches from Pilot, I believe. So it launched at a very fair valuation, hence the price action all the way back through this period where it's like not worth a lot. And now it's started to reprice as things are cooking in the background. We have the likes of Fusion as well starting to cook here, really ripping on upwards. And then if we look at Nutsack as well, Unstake, this one as well, what we can see here is that the altcoins for Kujira are really starting to get some significant bid, which is something I predicted a while back. As people get this wealth effect on their chain, they're not going to want to leave the chain particularly. So as Kujira accumulates more value, it's like $500 million asset. These people who have made loads of money, us Kujirans, we're going to keep the money in here and reprice these altcoins massively as they're developing. So a lot of these things have got developments in the pipeline, and you're going to see that printed on the chart here. And a load of these alts have literally been in up-only mode now for weeks. Then final bit of airdrop alpha. So this is EigenLayer, the restaking platform for ETH, and they've just opened up their caps. So less than 48 hours have passed since we've raised the cap limits, and $1 billion has been crossed thanks to all the restakers. So EigenLayer, Root25 put together a little bit of alpha here saying, look, if you go to EigenLayer, he thinks that SWETH from Swell is the best play here, because not only will you get the EigenLayer points, you're going to get the Swell points or the Swell pearls as well. So you go to the Swell app, use your ETH and mint SWETH with that. And for that, you're going to get some Swell airdrops in the future. And then you would come to the EigenLayer dApp. You'd find Swell staked ETH down here, click on it, and then deposit that into EigenLayer, as these caps now have availability again. They've been closed for a while, they've just reopened. And this is stage 3. And this, of course, will mean that when the Eigen token comes out, people who have deposited into these pools and supported the foundation here will be getting the tokens airdropped to them. So I think this is well worth doing, as Eigen layer probably going to be one of the big market cap winners in the next cycle. So drop me a comment down below. What rank in the meme coins do you believe WIF should be? Should it be 8th? Should it be higher? Who knows? Drop me a comment and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good Christmas. Peace.